what are some things I would love to know your knockout question, your favorite interview question, and then just a couple of don'ts that you strike you. And again, just at a high level with people that are trying to engage with your employer, whether it's through a resume, an email, a phone screen. What are some don'ts aside from do I have to take a drug test and how much money does it pay?
That
We've
doesn't
already
matter
covered
anymore.
that.
I was
Back in
about
the
to
day,
say,
back in the day,
getting more complicated right
uh,
there. Just
Okay,
exactly.
well,
because,
let's keep
yeah.
it on the lens of how can we add value and help people up their
Yep,
game.
yep, yep. So do knockout questions. I can't remember your first one, so you had to repeat that one. But the knockout questions, for me, it's usually around culture. Because if you get to me, I need to. It's and I am. My mom's the master. You mentioned Jedi mind. I use that term all the time. Jedi mind trick with my mom because she. Now understand. Yeah, my father was a Marine, but he died. He was killed by a drunk driver when I was very
Sorry.
young. And so mom raised 3 kids by herself, and she was the first woman manager in the late 70s at GMAC. And
Wow.
she is the toughest person I know, period. And she will still to this day grab me by the ear, smack me in the back of the head, because her husband was a Marine, and that's the way they did things back then. And so if yes ma'am, no ma'am, you use your manners, and always. And so the knockout questions for me are more around um, when you come to me, it's not a Jedi mind trick, but I want to hear the story. Tell me your story. And if you're crisp and concise, okay, they know their shit. I mean, they know their stuff. If they kind of hem, haw, and gosh, geez, yeah, no, be crisp, be concise on your story. That's more of a knockout theme for me, right? Um, and I only because I want to see who they are. At the end of the day, I want to
Right.
see. I'm trying. They're prepared for questions, and I say, tell your story. And I want to see how crisp their story is. I want to see how their story is, and then go, okay, yeah, Andrew, yep, yep, yep. We'd work really well together because of what he said when he was at this company and how he drove this and da 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 da, right? And even if it's somebody from my team and the younger folks, coming out of college, they don't, just make your story crisp. Yeah, I was part of this fraternity sorority. I did this on this in this leadership thing, and it led to this in my networking capabilities. Okay, great. You can code C++, Ruby, Flash, whatever it is, right? That's awesome. But tell me the story of how you got there. And it kind of puts people a little bit more at ease, which is what I
Yeah.
want. I want to see them. I want to see the authentic them, right? It's kind of like me. The audience here is getting the raw me. You wanted the raw me. This is the raw me. When I go into executive meetings, even kill. You got to have gravitas. You got to know how to turn that switch and turn it quick and turn it off and be, you just have to be. On the East Coast, it's more prevalent to be more, buttoned up than it was on the West Coast. But I mean, like this is my suit now. I used to have to wear a suit all the time, and hats, no way. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, it's really a
Okay.
knockout phrase for me.
That's good. And I think you answered it. It was more some of the things that are red flags for you. And I think you covered that pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're at that part of the show and you kind of covered it already with the running through the wall thing. But if you do have kind of a salacious, irreverent kind of, because my
Ran
experience,
through a
and
wall.
well, but you have so much experience with HR, and you're right. You're either lighting a fire or putting out a fire, but it all stops at HR. And not all of it's, puppies and rainbows. A lot of it is like, did that really happen? And we've had, people bring their parents. So do you have a great interviewing or awkward HR story that you would care to share with the
That can
audience?
beat running through a wall. I don't know.
Okay, well then let's
That
leave it
one's pretty
there. That
tough.
was good. Let's not
I don't have an well, I mean, I've got some actually. You mentioned it earlier, and I'm not going to end on a sad note. But I mean, we are burdened with a lot of things within HR and the knowledge that we have, and you have to respect people's privacy and things like that. Definitely want to say that when you start climbing the ladder, when you start going in any roles, even if you're trusted with this information, Don't tell your peers. Don't tell your colleagues. It's something that's with you. Be respectful. Don't have my mom come and smack you in the back of the head. You don't want that. Just be respectful.